Hi, everybody. Mo Friggin back again. Just getting caught up on my knife engineering, taken back to my civil engineering undergrad, talking about stress and strain and modulus of elasticity. Thanks, Larry Thomas, for bringing that all back. Appreciate that. The quick follow-up on my third most popular video on my channel, talking about the Buck Vantage 346 Scout version. Trying to find out if there was a better knife that we could find to give to a scout or a scout leader. Let's get into it, all right? So when we got into this the first time, talking about the Buck Vantage 346, at the end of the video, we got to, you know what? The scout that I got for my scout leaders and for our scouts was the Remette Rhino top liner lock. Of course, I have the blacked out version here, but I got them the green with the satin finish blade and had it engraved with the, a message on it for them. So that's, spoiler alert, that's what I ended up going with. I had some interesting knives that we saw. Let's go back and revisit a few of those. And I found a few more options that we didn't get to the first video. So let's go over and get into it, okay? All right, a little more information about the challenge here. It was to find a knife for a scout or scout leader better than the Buck Vantage 346 Scout version. It's got the Scout logo printed on it. You can buy this on the Scout Shop website. This is 420 HG steel, blade length 3.25. It's a liner lock. What were some of the disadvantages of this knife? Is that it doesn't have great action. Even with the flipper, it requires a little bit of wrist, not assisted. It's got this nice thumb hole, but you can't reverse flick it. It's just not smooth enough. It's going to take some work to get it nice and fidgety the way I would like it. Some advantages, though, is that it's a good size, it's a good steel, it's got the Buck lifetime warranty, it has the Boss heat treat, it's got reversible pocket clip, and it's endorsed by the Scouts. So if you've got a specific person that's involved in scouting, it's a good option for a knife. Now, if you want an American-made knife with similar specs, you're looking at 14C28N steel. And that's a Swedish steel, so that means that this is an American-made knife with parts sourced internationally. And we have the Bear Ops Swipe here. You have similar blade size. It's got a weird recurve, but very close to a straight blade. So it's probably not going to be that hard to sharpen. It's assisted. So the action is to close it. It's got a spring you got to push against, but then it rockets out. So the action is much better. I think the steel is comparable. Instead of wood and polymer, you're getting G10. They have an uncoated version as well. You're still getting the reversible pocket clip. I think this is a great option if you're going for American made. All right. Another interesting option I brought up was the Bear & Sons Baby Bowie. It's not a flipper, so it doesn't quite match up. It's similar sizing. It's actually 440C, which in some ways is a upgraded steel as far as edge retention. This one was not sharp out of the box. It wouldn't cut paper, and this 3-fingered grip on it is just not great at all. But I think wearing it as like a alternative to a pocket knife is totally reasonable. The sheath isn't bad. Could be better. I think it's an interesting option if this is your thing. All right, so now let's put these up. The one other thing is I had my son look at these 12-year-old Boy Scout. I said, now which of these knives excites you the most? And he says, oh, I like the one that just flips in and out. I'm like, what are you talking about? And what he was talking about is this knife right here that I had on my nightstand. This is you're going to love this, Caressolove auto retractable utility knife. And it's a out the front automatic knife with a replaceable scalpel blade. Is this the right knife for a Boy Scout? Absolutely not. I don't think anybody's going to let a scout get away with a out the front automatic anywhere he goes. But I mean, it's just a scalpel blade. I think the main thing I see the Scouts use their blades for is whittling, and this I don't think this would be a great whittler. But I'll put this in the information below if you're interested in checking that one out. All right, let's get out the next option. None of these, let's see, are any of these American made? The answer is no. But I have 3 more American companies, but made in Taiwan. So not China, but not America, Taiwan. First up, we have the classic, and this is my first one I've ever owned. This is the Rat Model 2. Let's get it out and check it out. Packaging, nothing to write home about, but it does come in a box where you could wrap it and give it to somebody. So we have G10 handles. It comes tipped down, which is a disadvantage because you have to have the tools to move it to be tip up, but of course that's not a problem for me. You can also carry it on the other side too, left-handed. It is a liner lock. Let's see the action. It's got thumb studs on both sides, thumb stud opening. Not bad. Let's try that again. Rat Model 2. You can reverse flick it. Let's see the thumb flick. Not bad. Actually, the action on it is really good, and that's why this is the original EDC knife. D2 steel. So are you taking a hit on stainlessness from 420HC? Yes, you are. Are you taking a hit for toughness? You are taking a hit. Are you taking a hit on edge retention? You're not. Actually, you're getting much higher edge retention on the Rat Model 2 on the D2 blade. So there you go. Actually, I'm a fan. How long is that blade? Let's measure it. 3-inch blade. It's about 7 inches overall. Good size Scout knife. Very interesting choice for a knife. This one's made in Taiwan, the Rat Model 2. Now, in my last video, I did come up with this fixed blade, and I wondered if there was another fixed blade that maybe we could find that may be better than this one, maybe has a better grip, maybe something a little more carryable. And I found 2 choices. First one is, let's go with the Buck one first. This is the Bucklite Max 2. This one also comes in a nice wrappable box. The knife is made in America. The sheath is made probably in China. It doesn't say. It just says it's made somewhere else. Let's get it open. This one has kind of a cheesy sheath, nylon there. It does have a plastic insert that protects the nylon on the inside, but there's no retention. There's no retention in that plastic portion. You have to have that. They have to have that thing snapped, or else it just falls out. Overall, not super impressive sheath, and really only belt carry. But I think that's totally reasonable for this knife. We have again 420HC, same as our knife we're looking at here. Similar size blades, maybe a little broader. Polymer handle, but a nice, soft, grippy grip. So would that be a good knife for whittling for a Boy Scout? It probably would be. For a Made in America knife, and this one is actually the most affordable. Of any knife I've shown on here, you are getting a fixed blade with this sheath, but you are getting a Made in America. Let's see what the Bucklite Max 2 is going for right now on Amazon. This is the small Bucklite Max 2 with the 3 1/4 inch blade length. It's going for like $25 around. Very affordable. Wear it on your belt. Can whittle with it. I don't know. I think that's a great option for a Scout. Let's see if it cuts. Here's the page to cut. Oh, we got some CT scans. What is that arrow pointing to there? Occlusion of the left external iliac artery with distal recannulation. Interesting. Let's see if it cuts. Toothy edge, but cuts great. You know what I didn't cut before was I didn't cut with the Ontario Rat. Let's cut that with that one. Those both cut. Toothy edge, maybe slightly better on the Bucklite small version. All right. Now let's say, is there something like I made this can be purchased for between $50 and $80, depending on when you get it and where you're getting it from and if it's on sale. So I made my max $80. And if you're willing to go up that high and you're willing to get a fixed blade and you're wanting it made in Taiwan, this knife is extremely interesting. As you can read right here, this is the Pendleton Mini Hunter. This is, can you read that right there? 3V, baby. 3V steel. I'm going to put the specs on the board there. And definitely more edge retention than our 420HC knives here. Let's get this one open. This one also comes in a nice box that'd be easily wrappable and giftable. All right, this sheath is not Kydex, but it's a nice polymer. This also has a snap-on. But if you needed to, this does have great retention compared to our other knife where it fell out. So you do have to push off a bit, which is nice. I like that a lot. Here it is, the Pendleton Mini Hunter. Let's look at the length on that guy. 3-inch blade, 6 3/4 overall, 3 3/4 handle. Nice 4-fingered grip on that guy. Perfect for whittling. This edge retention is going to give, with the 3V edge, is going to be very nice. This one is made in Taiwan. You guys, for 3V steel for $80, you cannot beat this knife. Let's bring it up a little closer. Clip is not reversible. It does have a snap on the back, so go over your belt so you don't have to take your belt off. What are these? This is a rubberized handle, but I like it. I like it just fine. So if you're looking for a fixed blade and you want to go to the max of our budget here, $80, this knife cannot be beat. And it comes on sale at different sites. Check out the Pendleton Mini Hunter. And on this one, we're looking at a used unmanned aerial vehicles and wilderness search and rescue operations scoping review. I can tell the blade thickness is a little more on this one, but it still cuts great. Cuts great out of the box. We looked at knives from China and we got to the CJRB Pyrite, but what we didn't get to was the Pyrite-Light. The Pyrite-Light, which is another great option. Let's take a look at this one. You get a box that's definitely wrappable, but this one also comes in a pouch, which we really haven't seen in any of the American-made knives we've looked at. You can get a sticker, you get a cleaning cloth. And here we have the CJRB Pyrite-Light. We get some FRN handles, which is what you get on something like the Benchmade Bug Out. You get a reversible, deep carry pocket clip, inset screws under there, button lock, but it's just a plunge lock. Not that I got a ton of plunge lock knives. The action, a little bit plunge locky, which is fine, which is what I have always known, so I'm used to it. It's fine. This one happens to be, and definitely less than $80 all the time, is not AR-PM9, which is the CJRB steel. It's very similar to 9CR18 MOV. This is probably a spray form 154 CM or similar, and they call this the AR-SFII. AR-SFII. It's going to have very similar edge retention to 154 CM, which is higher edge retention than our 140 420HC that we're looking at on our. So where did we end up? All right, this is where we started. The Buck. We started at the Buck 346 Vantage. If you need to have it, if you need to have this with the Scout logo, Scout branded, because you're giving it to a Scout or a Scouter as a gift, get this knife. Okay, so final thoughts. Where did we end up? We ended up trying to beat this knife. Lifetime warranty. Anybody can use this. Downside, the action isn't great. If you're going to be like me and go for something that is made in China, you can go for this one, the Remette Rhino. But if you're okay with China and you want something with a upgraded steel from even D2, then you can get the Pyrite-Light from CJRB with the AR-SFII steel, similar to spray form 154 CM. I can put those specs on the board like I did earlier. If you were looking for a fidgety knife by an American company made in Taiwan, you could go for the Rat Model 2 in D2. If you're looking for a fixed blade, Bucklite small was $25 for 420 HC. It's going to have more ergonomic handle. The downside is you get the cheesy sheath with it, but you get what you pay for, and the sheath's not made in America. And then lastly, if you're looking for the best steel knife, not made in China, made in Taiwan, you gotta go for the Pendleton Mini Hunter. Comes with a great sheath. It's in 3V steel, so the best edge retention out of all of these. Great handle. It's comfortable. You guys, people are sleeping on this knife. You're sleeping on this knife right here. Pick this one up. When I got it on sale, pick this one up on sale. All right, guys. Thank you so much for coming to the channel and letting me ramble about my favorite knives for scouts. I really enjoyed buying all those knives and researching them all and handling them all. And I thought, what a great exercise that I really enjoyed. So hope you guys all enjoyed it too. If you did, let me know. Like, subscribe. What knives did I leave out? Let me know in the comments. If you're interested in more in-depth review of any of those or long-term reviews, let me know in the comments. We can get to that. That's it for today, guys. See you on the next one. Which is nice. I like that a lot.